afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane here. We're off to another 1 vs 1 right here on Crossing in the Woods. So far, nothing really good in terms of 2 vs 2 material has popped by the way. For those wondering, we shall be watching here IronRoman of fighting for the Soviet Union and the 10th Guards Rifle Division, tasked with holding this river crossing, a vital point towards a beleaguered set of infantry divisions caught in a small pocket. Versus them shall be Nateums here rolling out for the Panzer Division, or Panzer Division, Hermann Göring, tasked with clearing up and opening up the pocket, allowing the infantry divisions to get out of there. But can he make it in time? Commander choice is immediately a Guards motor doctrine chosen here by IronRoman. Nateums with nothing in particular, nothing chosen either way. Looks like he's not guarding any of the new commanders, or he's not chosen them. Points have been secured, full grenadiers on the way. I'm starting out with a penal troop unit here. Strafniki. Once they're being secured, we're seeing here that Nateums initially starting up and spreading out. They're going straight for the munitions point over here. An interesting opening up there. Full grenadier moving up. We're noting a scout car following up rapidly here for IronRoman. Both players aiming for munitions points rather than fuel straight away. An interesting opening up there. An interesting thing there. Not what you usually see, particularly not for the overall command of this, which tend to be a lot more staff for fuel. Also noting he's in fact putting most of his efforts towards the right hand side there. 2 full squads detail for that, where it's just 1 Sturmpani, and he's not in any rush to get the fuel point. I mean, I think he's taking a bit more safely here, perhaps not rushing, perhaps expecting some kind of engagement, or perhaps he's got something else in mind with a certain interesting to note, sort of capping order. In fact, again, the same thing from the Russians. No particular rush for the fuel. Waiting here in the water. And there we go, comments coming under fire here from the Volksgrenadiere. Car 98 sing out. And here we go on the other side, and it's coming here, squad runs straight into the Strafniki, resulting into a vast volley of fire, or at least something rather unpleasant. Mine's going up there, scout car ready for IronRoman. Shuminen going up. Pawns there being secure, Volksgrenadier holding up here. He could lay down some sandbags to sort of further make things tougher. There we go, he's rushing in there. We do see that Nateums rapidly pulls back just as he's about to finish it. I mean, he could have tried sort of standing and fighting, but I suppose he rather felt the situation was fully disadvantageous and did not wish to tempt fate. Well, we do of course see he rapidly follows up here with Raketenwerfer. It's only one of the ways of countering a scout car, though Sturmpanis and groups can also do reasonably well. The Raketenwerfer of course offers a bit more of a punch. Conscripts now following up here, and we see immediately push here the Volksgrenadiers engaging communists and conscripts. That is not going to end up in their favour. The conscripts already closing in on the Volksgrenadiers. Poor Yuri though went down, but Fritz went down in retaliation. There you go, communists heading in. Volksgrenadiers retreated, forced to abandon the field for the time being. The other squad, they're trying to do what they can to hold back the advancing Russians, but with a limited success. It looks like here the Raketenwerfer apparently decided in not going forwards anyways. There you go. Nice sense of unit preservation there, realising the situation is not going to work in his favour. He's feeling not. He rapidly retreats there. He's about to lose his fuel point again. We do see that Sturmpine is now being dispatched to clear up the situation on the right fuel point and get it back. A second scout here following up for IronRoman. Flamethrowers on the penal troops. Rifle division, or Guards Rifle Division, has managed to sneak up a few scout cars somehow. Probably fix them up from vehicles otherwise written off or forgotten or dumped or who knows what. Sturm is advancing, going up for the cover. Good. And there we go, getting a good drop here in the conscripts and firing a vase there. Rapidly pulling away in the face of the Germans. The fascisti. Raketenwerfer for that, and then looks like he's getting a second Raketenwerfer. He's really worried about those scout cars, really wants something to put a stop to them. And certainly Raketenwerfer to a certain extent would be one of the better choices. A very early anti-tanker, and that can do all damage. And we need noting a Pantrick as well might be why he went for there. He might in fact have been expecting scout cars. They are certainly populated with the nerf, where they actually now are slightly more expensive, by the way, and are slightly slower, also slightly less penetration. But maybe here IronRoman's communist sense or whatever went off, and rather told him there might be something rather unfriendly in that area. Either way, he seems to have quickly shifted angles. And we noting here some reinforced steel barricades going up here, which, by the way, the scout cars can't drive through. Oh, the Volkswagen get caught out in the open. Not good, not good. Okay, they're ready to cover in the name of Deutschland. And we got here 2 flag emplacement ready to cover the Kettenwerfer as well. There we go, nice hit. Volkswagen though close to getting wiped out here. But there we go, flag emplacement opening up. We're getting 1 scout car. Other scout car heavy damage, and there we go, scout car got it as well. In fact, it got abandoned. Could the Germans be able to secure it and add some mechanization or motorization to the forces? No, looks like he's wrecking it. What a shame. What an utter shame. Though I suppose it might be worth that IronRoman will grab it back. I do think he could have a bit of fun with it with some Sturm Pioneers in it. That could have been a very nasty surprise versus IronRoman here in the early part of the game. But now he's managed to knock out both scout cars, rapidly limiting the mobility of IronRoman, who's in fact a bit short on infantry. He might be home here for a bit of doctrinal units. And we note here that the reinforced steel barricade is almost done. Luftwaffe has been chosen here, an MG-34 pulling up to support the frontline Soldaten. And the combat is over here getting a taste of it. Sturm versus conscripts, nice job there. He actually managed to sort of hook around them. And now actually threatens a retreat path as well, which could actually be very bad for IronRoman if he gets caught from here by surprise as well, in which case he could be forced and sort of had to take his chances with the assault rifle equipped Sturmpioniere. He nice to hold up behind some branches and tall grass. Volkswagen's adding in from the other side. There we go, he's trying to get out of there. The Kettenwerfer adding a rocket as well for good measure. And we're noting our battle group headquarters up for Nateums early on. Nice bit of resources there he could take up if he wanted to already. Also nice bit of manpower. It's clear that IronRoman seems to be playing here for some guardian. He was probably hoping for the scout cars to do a lot more damage early on than he actually was getting there. In particular, Strafnigi's barely able to do any kills. That's right, we do see that Nateums 78 to sort of play a nice contained game, making it very difficult for the scout cars to get any drops on, really doing a lot of damage. And there we go. Finally getting those 2 command points, they're probably a bit later than you'd usually see. Just sort of a fun comparison, we're noting that Nateums actually quite far ahead there. So IronRoman a bit straggling behind. Clearly he was aiming here for some doctrinal units to sort of quickly fill up the lines, but still a bit late there. Nateums was able to counter the initial part of his strategy and limit the impact of it. And we do note his heavy tank headquarters, Schwerer Panzer headquarters going up here for Nateums to protect here. Not bad, not bad. Of course, also opens up for Obersoldaten and other fun things. Fallen assault here with flamethrowers encounters the MG-34 and rapidly puts a stop to that business. But we do note a heavy mortar up here. The heavy mortar, by the way, also used by the Germans quite frequently. In fact, they pretty much straight up copied the design and used it as their own, realizing that was actually a pretty good design. There we go, going straight for the fuel point there. Lots of fuel harassment going on from both sides. Clearly the battle group headquarters just there for the healing and just allowing for a Schwerer Panzer headquarters there for Nateums. It doesn't seem like he's actually aiming for Obersoldaten. That would actually be an otherwise nice idea. We don't send place further pressure upon IronRoman. Could be getting another guards rifle squad right now, or a heavy mortar, I suppose you wanted to. Though I don't think a second heavy mortar will do so well, but there we go, quick fragmentation going against the MG-34 crew. Heavy mortar flying down as well. That situation about to get ugly, and we do note here that Nateums was pulled back rapidly, rather than waste troops. We're noting actually a second MG-34 up here, holding the retreat path here for the combat engineers as well. Nasty work there. Engineers moving up the centre. Not a lot of mines, by the way, from IronRoman. Most of the munitions so far has gone towards grenades or DPs. And we've got the Fallschirmjäger here, waiting in an ambush pattern. Clearly expecting him to go for there. Oh, slightly discovered there, but still. Could spring a nice surprise down the guards infantry. There we go. FT-42 Fallschirmgewehrs firing away. Quickly tearing through the guards infantry, who's having a hard time. They're striking back, in fact. Need to retreat. Oh, no. IronRoman was paying attention, and we see the entire guard squad there went down to the Fallschirmjäger. And the Fallschirmpanzer Division, Hermann Göring, was in fact in part not composed of Fallschirmjäger, but most of the troops to a certain extent had received Fallschirmjäger training, and to a certain extent they also used Fallschirmjäger equipment. I suppose that could be seen as slightly accurate. But it was actually formed on a flak regiment to a certain extent as well, some unique units that the Hermann Göring himself had from his time, you know, all the way in the beginning of the Nazi regime. And in the end, actually, the entire Hermann Göring unit was expanded into a full Panzer Corps with its own Panzer Fusiliers and other fun things. A little fun fact there. Fought in North Africa first, sort of as an entire division, that is the Panzer Grenadier Division Hermann Göring. And was, oh, Sturmpanics almost walked up. Mine was up, by the way, which allowed him to repair faster, amongst other things. But the Hermann Göring were first fight in Italy, oh well, North Africa, then Italy, before being pulled over to the Eastern Front with a fight to the rest of its days. But there goes actually equipped with both the anti-tank rifle and the DP, an interesting move there by Nateums, slightly just there to deny his opponent the equipment. Bit of resource there being floated. I wonder what Nateums could be thinking. In fact, let's pop over to Nateums, see what's up. He's getting a Luchsaufklärungspanzer. Fallschirmjäger moving across here, straight for the heavy mortars, quite unguarded here by IronRoman. He's rather lacking in infantry, surprisingly. Which to a certain extent is actually giving Nateums here a bit of an advantage, since he does overall at the moment hold more combat troops than the Fallschirmjäger. Already closing in on Veterans 1 with a DP, FD-42s and AT rifle. Going straight here for the heavy mortars, forcing over Veterans 1. Guards infantry coming here from the nearby ruined building. At the same time, a man engaging Niki rapidly pushed away here. IronRoman's initial strategy having a few issues here again, being nicely countered time and time again by Nateums, who's now adding our Panzer here based on the Panzer II. Fallschirmjäger here though beginning to suffer some losses. And there you go, down to 2 men, need to retreat, zurückfallen. Or maybe he's buying time here for the Aufklärungspanzer to arrive. Then again, there could be a few problems. The guardsmen in the building could prove a bit of an issue. Communists pushing across the waters. There we go. Nice fire there from the anti-tank rifles. The armor for the looks, not really much of a threat to those. Now go down to half health already. So right here, Nateums' initial incursion needed a bit of a problem. Then again, 2 heavy mortars. I think IronRoman should have opted for a bit more infantry early on. And now we're actually noting a mechanized regiment headquarters. An interesting decision there. MD-42 again absolutely pummeled into the ground. Scout Cup pushing over the more exposed conscript on the flank. But not only the armor prison grounds. Storm Pioneers and Forces moving towards the guardsmen in the building. There's like no DPs of an upgrade, which actually allows Storm Pioneers to more easily close up. And there we go. Grenade attack. Guardsman makes it out last, it's alive. But caught here out in the open by the Storm Pioneer, getting rapidly mowed down without mercy. Further heavy mortar fire rains down across the entire battlefield. Point there being secured. Strafnigel moving towards the centre, and we're now noting that IronRoman's actually doing surprisingly little killing. He's not really getting a lot of kills with the way he plays, which is awfully spread out, and again he's rather lacking that sort of advantage, which is a lot of infantry. And that is to a large extent making things a lot easier for Nateums. At least for the Fallschirmjäger and the Sturm Pioneers. Laying down further Schuminen. And there we go. Strafniki rushed off the field. The second Fallschirmjäger squad here getting the drop there, but the flamethrower rather catches Jürgen and burns him to a cinder. Communist counter-attacking with conscripts in tow. Second Schuminen. There go Mantua north there, thanks. But the conscripts almost going down, guards moving up. One would imagine then that IronRoman is playing for the T-35 fighters, but at the same time, if you're not making those proper investments, you won't be getting as lots of damage in, and thus the CPs won't come up as quickly as he hopes. Of course, the CPs are very much dependent on damage you do and kills you do to your opponent. So if it's not getting a lot of damage or kills done, you know, he's not going to go rapidly up there. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of a difference there. Let's just quickly check. Yes, indeed, 6 versus 8, his force composition is not really helping him at all. Again, the lack of infantry is rather, in fact, holding him back. And that's also something vital to keep in mind. Now we do see a second guard squad there arriving, finally. I mean, he really needs to do a lot more damage, a lot more killing. But again, the way he's playing is rather limiting that. He'd rather put a lot of eggs into his basket with those 2 scout cars, but apparently not expected the Oberkommando and the Fallschirm Panzer Division here to quickly put a stop to that. And then he rather seems to have not quite fully adapted to sort of switch towards something else, which might have had a better chance of doing some serious damage. In fact, opting a bit too much for the heavy mortars, which can be alright, but they rather require a bit more of a stable front line to sort of really work. And needs a bit more infantry to work behind. But time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is IronRoman is a bit on the back foot. I mean, he's holding out alright, but certainly there's a bit of damage in terms of damage and kills. And that's really not to the advantage of IronRoman, in particular since we are aware what strategy he's playing. And likely Nateums is as well. He knows he's gone guards mode and most likely he's sort of half paid attention to the commanders available. And of course what IronRoman has on the field. So IronRoman's likely, of course, obviously playing for the T-34-85s. But at the same time, he's going to have a harder time sort of playing off for it, which is also going to, in Nateums, a bit of time sort of build up a counter for it. He's already gotten 2 Raketenwerfers. He's got the Patrick, and of course he can use the Luxie to sort of further harm the infantry before it's able to do any serious damage, further limiting the potential for IronRoman to gain CPs and thus get towards those 10 CPs he's need for the T-34-85s. I mean, he's sort of been able to keep up things reasonably well. He'd actually be pretty close to it by now, but again, he's only at 7. He's going to need to sort of have to step up his game quite a bit to sort of really get in there. And he's largely without buildings. I mean, he might have actually benefited a bit from a sniper to maybe that way apply some pressure, that way slowly pick away and drain Nateums from life. In fact, he might want to consider that now. Then again, though, with the Panzer here, that's going to be a bit of a dangerous endeavour. So certainly wouldn't blame him if he thought that might be a bit too much of a tall order. But IronRoman should consider some more mines, some more infantry. I think another guard squad would help. And then he should try to make a sort of more solid push around here, set up the mortars, then advance, and then sort of way to break up the advance of Nateums with heavy mortars, while the guards infantry hold the Panzer Bay and even the Fallschirmjäger. If he can do that, he probably would do a bit better here. Another thing he could try might also be to sort of try and steal away at least a Raketenwerfer here and there to sort of add further to his own anti-tank arsenal. Because likely Nateums will also be playing for some kind of armor late game, though again if he feels he can keep up the pressure. I mean, either a Panther's a really good choice, though again he's got all 3 buildings, and again if he rather has it figured that his opponent's not doing a lot of damage, thus not gaining a lot of command points, he could be bold enough to actually go straight for a King Tiger. In fact, he could begin training in fuel or munitions for fuel in that regard and sort of further speed that up. Though it would certainly be interesting if he actually had that full sense of things. I mean, it's a bit harder, in fact, even for a veteran player to sort of take an idea of how many command points your opponent has, because, but at the same time, with when things have been going for IronRoman, there might actually be a chance he could actually do it here. But for Nateums, I mean, a bit further preparation, keep up the pressure. I mean, just basically keep up the play he's got going here. Rather solid. He's sort of striking here and there. He's taking advantage of the infantry advantage he's sort of been holding. And the looks is sort of further applying pressure, draining away, forcing IronRoman to be a lot more careful as that thing can appear out of nowhere and do a lot of damage. Though again, setting up for a Panther is not a bad idea. And, I mean, if he's going to set up for a King Tiger, you should probably begin trading now to sort of further help and expedite that. But, back to the fight. MG-34 setting up here. Heavy mortars though ready to fire away. Here we go. Heavy fire upon the MG-34. The MG-34 by this stage of all 1944-45 is usually handed out to a lot less than elite divisions, since it really wasn't that good. In part, I mean, it's slower and it was also harder to maintain and harder to produce. It basically just still produced because, well, they still needed them to sort of make up for numbers, but still it was usually handed out to second, well, third to fourth rate divisions and such. Fallschirmjäger's moving forward here, crossing the water, but the DPs are really putting down the hurt upon them, sending them scuttling away, at the same time pushing out for the cut-off point. Nateums getting further aggressive, further bold. Sturmpanzer versus Stravniki. They might have a chance here, though they should move into cover in Deckung. Cover and Russian, whatever. Kavalski instead of hanging out here in the open, which is only making it easier for the steel companies to do some damage. Infantry try and get up close there with a flamethrower and do some damage that way. Though it might be too late already. Oh dear, he makes a bit of a mistake. He actually runs further up instead of trying to take up here instead of with a flamethrower. In fact, the fighter makes might wipe him out. Then that was a bit of a tactical blunder, or it might have been a misclick. Who knows? Either way. Then again, it might have been good to retreat either way. The fighter might have been able to wipe him out. So who knows? Who knows? There you go. Luke's opening up, and then the Guards infantry. And the Guards infantry not having an easy time of it. Sadly, there's not a second squad there to sort of immediately help. Taking up position in the building. Luke's won't be able to pry them out of there right away, though the Guards infantry is not looking too happy. Rapidly crossing across here. And there we go, buttoning up. Making a bit of damage there. A third Mega squad hit, getting behind the mortars. And just charging in there. Nateums just really taking advantage again of the sort of forced composition that IronRoman has. Quick fragmentation grenade, but that's more likely to clear out their own mortar, and that was bloody close. That actually happened. Yuri, throw properly. And not like fascists, which is after us. And there we go, 10 kills on the Aufklärungspanzer. A similar tank was actually made on the Panzer 38T, more or less same gun, slightly different turret though. About 100 of each more or less was made. Zooming up there. But now Nateums is really striking hard at his opponent. I know that there's plenty of few, but again, I'm pretty sure the command point's not quite looking his advantage. But there you go, Heavy Mortar's actually doing some damage there. Veterans 2-1, by the way. Allows for precision strike. There we go. Volksgun's getting pounded into the road. Becoming one with the tarmac. And Flak Panther there swifting over towards the left-hand side, going to be rather vulnerable. No mines, by the way, it could be a good way to sort of try and catch it. Instead, there you go, commies without much to resist with. And just really tearing into IronRoman's soldiers. Bit of quad here though otherwise. A valiant assault bomber available here. Platinum charging best of the conscripts. And you see the IronRoman realises the situation might not work out for him, and he rapidly retreats in the face of that.
Standing by.
Small defensive position here.
We lost a gun crew.
And looks like he actually lost a Kettenwerfer there to a rather heavy-handed mortar round. But again, flank exposed. Takes advantage of that and then strikes in with the looks from the other side as well. Going to collapse the entire western position of IronRoman. Well done there, well done, well executed. Veteran of Fear, by the way. Still parties with more mines and mine sweepers. By the way, you can take it away to actually further increase the firepower of your squad again. Fudge make it straight into the flamethrower. Can the commies do some damage here? 20 minutes into the match. 11 command points here for Nateums. Oh, Shumina went off there. But ultimately, was rigged by the MD-34 ready to cover that and stop the advance from further advancing. Guys are going to caught between the Fighter Mega and the looks as well. But a fragmentation grenade, and there we go, the entire Fighter Mega squad got wiped out. And Roman able to deliver a crushing blow. I do believe that was a veteran Fighter Mega unit as well. And there we go with that. The T-3045 finally became available. I mean, he's still 2 command points behind his opponent, if not more almost. But now the T-3045s are there. Can he strike sufficiently hard to sort of gain an advantage back? And rather by the looks of things, he might be aiming straight for the King Tiger again, feeling, you know, he's probably got it. But over to IronRoman. The Fighter here getting, well, basically blasted away. The T-35 rolling forwards here, like to prowling beast striking away anything German. Needs to be careful they don't get too ahead of themselves. But now on the other hand, Nateums is a bit on the back foot to a certain extent. At least he needs to focus up the Arcadian effort. IronRoman though needs to ensure he doesn't get too full of himself right away and charge blindly into things. But there we go, he's finally sort of been able to bear his strategy, albeit rather heavily delayed, thanks to the kind of playstyle that Nateums was able to strike with. One that rather put emphasis on keeping IronRoman at arm's length, minimizing the damage, starting particularly here with the Aufklärungspanzer. They lost probably by a bit of circle luck to sort of quickly knock up both scout cars, and again, that way do things. T-34 opening up there with its 85mm high explosive shell. And there we go, Steel Pioneers getting wiped out. AA half. Oh, a bit of a bad move there. Heavy losses. And there you go. Looks probably scouting here for the Panzerwreck and Raketenwerfer. Schlafny here getting, just mutilated. There we go. Oh, misses. Looks, but there we go. Second shot connects. Looks already down to half health here. Not exactly the toughest tank. Raketenwerfer's opening up the T-35, needs to pull back. Maybe seek some repairs. Should probably, by the way, avoid some terrain where the opponent can actually sort of sneak up through here. As you might be noticing, you might have if you watch this, you might have a bit of a harder of a time swinging what might come up, and we can probably see that soon here. As you might be noticing, this is rather allowing Nateums some good chance of sneaking up there, maybe with a Panzerfaust, if it comes to that. So, a little thing there to note. Beginning to work the repairing. And I do believe the King Tiger is on the way. Göring, Fallschirm Panzer Division, requesting some schwerer Panzers. MG-34 crew moving up.
The sector is at risk.
Looks like he's setting up for another group already, obviously. MG-4 is opening up there. MG-34. Looks like going in. Veteran already guards getting absolutely slaughtered. And there you can see the MG-34 going down for Nateums. Apparently though, the T-35 crews can't hit. Optics certainly weren't the greatest restraints, neither was training. In particular, as the war progressed, tank crews basically received almost no training, was just rushed forward to the front lines in many cases. And was this a Luftwaffe assault going in here? Then there's no one nearby, but we do see a quick airdrop there. Fallschirmjäger dropping in. Going straight there for the mortar crew, a quick rate there. And Fallschirmjäger moving up here, the T-35 again. He's sneaking up, Raketenwerfer moving up as well. What could have happened, did happen. Will they get off the Panzerfaust? We've got the Raketenwerfer flying through the thick woods there, but apparently not quite succeeding. Fallschirmjäger there taking heavy losses. Raketenwerfer connects, and there we go, Panzerfaust. And of all the things going to happen, a destroyed engine. Need to clear out the Raketenwerfer quickly and then set to self-repairs here. But it's too late, the König Tiger is here. King Tiger. One tank here caught here by quick ambush by the Fallschirmjäger, by the way, bravely executed by Nateums. And now with the rig exposed, no mobility. Had it not been for that, things could have looked a lot differently here. And again, be mindful of terrain. Be mindful of terrain. In this case, the terrain betrayed IronRoman and gave Nateums the perfect opportunity to actually neutralize the King 2 T-34s 85 with ease. Because then up in the case, he could probably try to outmaneuver them and then with Mark Vega as well knock it out. Instead, though, things turn against IronRoman here. The woods for each fort shielded him, also turned out to shield his opponent again. That was good use of terrain right there by Nateums. And good use of terrain can make a hell of a difference in the game. But now the King Tiger's advantage, constant marching straight forward, and now things are not looking very much in the favour of IronRoman. He's down to 1 T-35. He's only got guards, riflemen with anti-tank rifles, otherwise to try and stop the King Tiger. He's rather left him too open here. Nateums probably sensed that, and again, you know, took advantage of that quite succinctly. heavy mortar crews taking damage. Looks like some units here wiped out. The MG-35 actually went down. But we got the looks there providing covering fire nonetheless. Fallschirmjäger storming the mortar positions and buttoning up there from behind. Though I think a bit of a futile effort. It's not like they could do much even with the rear armour. The King Tiger is simply too thickly armoured for the anti-tank weapons to do much. Look, Heinz! Tiny Russians! Let's kill them.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Oh, out into negative cover, and there we go. One hell of a hit there from King Tiger. 88mm high explosive shell shatters them and leaves them dead in the water.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
While the Stravniki want to find themselves punished by the looks of Clem's Panzer. T-35 moves down here, Fallschirmjäger almost close to getting wiped out there. The most veteran he has. Rushed off the field.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Barely managed to get off there. Oh, MG-34 wiped out there. There's a Kedmev here waiting. Oh, not well ambushed by the way. The King Tiger moves ahead. Gets off a nice hit there on the T-35. Engineers though might soon go down. Yes, there we go. Half the unit vanishes in an instant as the wall next to them also happens to vanish. Entire engineer, there we go, almost down. And DP machine gun here equipped by some Sturmpioniere. Nateums largely dominating things now. Sturmpioniere running up and getting outmaneuvered quite heavily. And they almost right. They got, in fact, did get a kill there, wiping out his unit. IronRoman still holding on for those T-35s. Not long to go, though. Not long to go, but there's just one problem. The victory points are not looking good either. And again, his overall strategy has had so many flaws, and Nateums been able to sort of basically exploit them quite well. And this stage is might as well be GG. So in fact, I'll stop there before it sort of locks into that thing where you basically just have to sort of look here. So you can actually sort of view around the battlefield, but this is more or less GG. Seconds away. And Nateums were able to win this fight again. It largely came down to sort of IronRoman very specifically, very seriously following a strategy, seemingly never quite deviating from it. And because of that, he actually got hurt because Nateums, in that gut, he ended up wasting a lot of resources here. He was then able to not follow up with anything sort of circumvented. He still kept playing the same strategy though, and that rather put him back heavily because he was constantly behind on command points. Again, you know, 29 here to 4. That's quite the difference, and there was always that sort of thing which rather further delayed strategy because he wasn't able to do enough damage to sort of keep things flowing. Partly because then he kept splitting up infantry, he just didn't really sort of focus down on one area and sort of try to at least hunker down that way, which again, you know, further played to the advantage of Nateums once you got the Fallschirmjäger up pretty much winning any one-on-one engagement. That looks further amplifying that strength and further denying the ability of IronRoman to do any damage and thus further gain command points. It was rather basically knock-on effect as the game progressed, and then of course when he finally got them, I mean, he sort of did alright. He held up a bit too much here again, didn't mind the terrain. Nateums did, and he took advantage of that. I mean, again, that was a well-executed Fallschirmjäger ambush there. Panzerfaust there, and he got lucky though, but still, even that with the damaged engine, it was really either way, even if it was just slightly damaged, in trouble. And then the King Tiger basically followed him, and again, he could go for the King Tiger, probably because he knew his opponent wasn't able to do a lot of damage, thus not the command points. Had he probably been a bit more friendly, he'd probably gone for the Panther though. But he wasn't, so he just pretty much just took it easy, went for the King Tiger, and sealed the deal with Krupp, steel, and armaments. So that's something to keep in mind while playing the game, you know, be mindful of your strategy, be able to adapt to things, you know, if one thing's failed again, the 2 scout cars, you know, be all sort of rapidly follow up with the secondary counter strategy or sort of follow up some plan B. And that seems to be what IronRoman didn't have, and that rather hurt IronRoman because it played to it seemingly to a fault. He just sort of kept the same amount of infantry might always had, and then follow up with maybe more. So, I mean, they certainly did alright as the game progressed, and they will generally do that, but he rather lacked the infantry to sort of really seriously do some damage to his opponent. And again, the scout crow assault here was actually a bit weird. You know, he followed up with the first one. The first one got wrecked. He probably should have stopped there with the second one, but still. Either way, though, that was GG. Game over. Well played to a certain extent for both, but again, you know, Nateums played so much better. And again, you know, I think this was a really good game exemplifying that. You know, showing off, you know, how to read your opponents to a certain extent. Using the terrain, which again is also great, you know, denying your opponent his strategy, and so on. Also the failures of staying too rigidly to a strategy. So hopefully you've learned a lot from this. Hopefully you also enjoyed this. Hopefully you had some fun watching this. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and I'll provide some feedback in the comments. Also feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Links are in the description. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.